One.
Hello everyone. This is Arcania, and I'm here with Peace again.
Oh, hey. We're back.
Yeah, we are back, and we are on to probably the best Puyo Puyo game, the most known Puyo Puyo game in the franchise. It added some features from the old classic games, but we are playing this on the Switch, Nintendo Switch Online version, which is basically the SNES version of the game. So the differences here between the Sega Genesis and the SNES version is that the SNES version actually has more points that is required per stage, and we have to go through 5 floors, and then we have like the 3 final battles, which is Shezu, Rulu, and Seiden. So yeah, I'm going to be also be playing this on the hardest difficulty, which is really interesting, to say the least, because the game really is hard. So yeah, timer will start when someone counts me down. So
I can do that for you.
all right.
So does it start whenever you click on
Carbuncle
again?
Yeah.
All right, gotcha. All right, let's do this in 3, 2, 1. Ready, go.
So in this game, we are actually on the first floor of this tower. And I have to literally beat my opponents as fast as possible in this setting.
So one thing that you'll notice them going for is a higher chain, because in order to reach masked Satan, there's a certain score requirement that you must meet, or even to pass through some of the stages. You have to chain very high, or else you're going to be fighting a lot more enemies, and we kind of don't want to do that.
Yeah, we just don't want to fight too much.
Because theoretically speaking, you can beat the game in 8 fights. But personally, I've actually not seen hardest mode being ran, so there's going to be some interesting things. From a casual standpoint, I know a fair bit of this game. But don't worry though, this game is a lot more friendly than Fever 2, because obviously there's no such thing as Fever. This game came out in 1994 and was ported to multiple consoles like within the span of a couple of years. So yeah, and again, this is the most popular Puyo game not named Puyo Puyo Tetris. So, yeah. And it's really nice too, because you're able to play this game on Nintendo Switch Online if you pay $20 or above. Shoutouts to Nintendo, guys.
Shoutouts to Nintendo. So we are still on the first floor. Each split is pretty much based on literally like the floor you're on. So I'm not going to be able to split until I am done with this particular stage. I am trying right now to go for a power chain. I'm probably not going to have it work in my favor. And I executed something too early, but it's fine. Also, what you can see in this game is that when we are getting comboed on, sometimes we'll have this like pingus effect of it being launched towards us instead, because our opponent is having a stronger chain than us. And sometimes that can be really annoying. It happens quite a lot in the grind that we have been having as of late in this game. And let me tell you, this game is a really big grind. But yeah, we are now done, and we are not having enough points, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, the bots going for one chains are very broken because if I'm not mistaken, except for player one, the bots every time they one chain, you almost always take damage. So especially in the hardest difficulty where the drop speed is just really fast, it can be really hard to set off very quick chains, which is why you see them going for stair stacking as opposed to GTR, which is a little bit slower, at least in this engine, just a little bit slower.
Yes, but it's more consistent for this type of run.
Yeah, for sure.
And we are done with this floor, so we are on to the second floor.
While you move floors, is there time for a quick donation?
Sure.
So we have $10 from Community Hat saying, a priest, a minister, and a rabbit walk into a blood bank. The rabbit proceeds up to the counter and says, I think I might be a type O. Baga Baba Bobo, $10 to the Nitro tracks for Mario Kart. So I understood like maybe a third of that, but hey, thanks for the donation.
All right.
Oh yeah, come to think of it, they're basically like you can almost consider this as an RNG type block, except the next run has 0 RNG factors to it, except for a few tracks. Sorry to go on a little bit of a tangent here. You got Puyo Fever 2 with atrocious RNG. We have Puyo 2 with bot RNG, at least in my opinion. And then you have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe with at least the only RNG is just some of the tracks that may occur. So in a way, there's going to be some very weird luck happening for the next hour or so. Oh, nice 3 chain, by the way. Right.
Thank you.
Barely was out the damage. Oh yeah. One thing that we should also mention, so before Puyo Puyo 2, this game actually introduced the counterattack mechanic where you can offset Puyo, and actually, yeah, you literally just offset Puyo to counterattack your opponent as opposed to like Beam Machine or Puyo 1, where you deal damage or take damage and it's just there regardless. You can't really beat it back. So. In some cases, it's really good to get your counterattack, but for the most part, at least in the speedrun setting, you just cannot let the bot beat back the damage fully. And all clears in this game are different, or at least in story mode they are different. I'm not sure in this version if you all clear, the opponent doesn't automatically take half damage. Because I know in the Sega Ages version, if you all clear in story mode, you don't get the full half damage like you would in a competitive setting.
You get a little bit of a damage boost onto your opponent's side, but it's very minuscule. Also, we really did that stage really fast there, and we are off to floor 3. So we are going directly to Harpy, which is my least favorite character in the franchise.
No.
I remember playing Puyo Puyo Champions and having to go up against, like, in a fever match against Harpy, and it's like, just do yourself a favor and don't do that to yourself.
Yeah. Oh man. But yeah, to everyone watching, I really recommend trying out at least a Puyo game. Like, granted, if your initial experience with it was Dr. Robotics' Mean Bean Machine, that makes the most sense. But I encourage you all to try either like Puyo Puyo Tetris, or pay Nintendo money and get yourself SNES Online and play Super Puyo Puyo 2 or whatever it's called, something like that.
Yeah, Super Puyo Puyo 2.
Yeah. Or actually no, never mind. Kirby's Avalanche is not on there for some odd reason.
Yeah, Kirby's Avalanche would have also been a really good starting point, to be honest, in my opinion.
Yeah. Fun fact, I have played almost every Puyo game except for Kirby's Avalanche, Puyo 7, and Puyo 20. So I'm kind of slacking.
I really recommend Puyo. Like almost all of the Puyo games, really.
Ooh, that 5-chain was solid. Oh, it didn't kill.
It didn't kill, but it's fine.
Yeah, a lot of damage is what it's worth. So, one thing I forgot to mention, the difference between Fever and the originals. You deal more damage outside of Fever mode, obviously, but in particular, the goal to basically defeat your opponents is to get at least either a Power 4 chain or a 5 chain, because that basically instantly kills your opponent because of the little red nuisance Puyo that come about. Also, I do not like the bird. I can't remember. It's like demon something. I don't like this bird.
Yeah, I don't really like this bird either. There's a lot of characters in this game in particular that I don't like. That was one of them.
Yeah. The good thing is they are stupid. We have the Witch. Classic matchup. Classic rivalry.
Yeah, classic rivalry between Witch and Arl, our main protagonist. Which I did say earlier in Puyo Fever 2, that is the main protagonist of the franchise, and yeah, Arl actually comes from a different Puyo, or from a different game that is not part of the Puyo franchise. There's this RPG series called Badum Monogatari, which introduces her. It's a really cool RPG, but it's really not good for kids to probably play. It has some graphic stuff in it, and by that I mean like there's a lot of blood.
Yeah. Japanese culture and international culture, yeah. Kinda doesn't go out together.
Yeah, it really doesn't. I am getting an overabundance of red. I don't really need red right now. I can maybe do something with this, though. I should be able to like just.
But yeah, you all can tell the difference, like you all can tell the color management difference between this game and I would say the modern entries, because you know, back in the 90s, this is when video games were designed to be hard, but now you have like a new generation of gamers who really did not have access to these types of games, so they either they get localized or they make a new version and they try to implement, you know, aspects of it to make it more newcomer friendly, like whether it be decreasing the damage ratio or increasing, I get those mixed up. But anyway, whether it be like increasing the damage output, let's just put it that, or just making a comeback mechanic like Fever. So
yeah. So we are having an extra stage here.
Hockey, whatever that character's name is. Never
Yeah.
them.
That should be good enough chain, but it shouldn't kill.
The nice thing about running hardest mode is that while you're chaining, because the drop speed is going so quickly, there's a chance that the bots will literally just throw their Puyo all over the place, and it just gets to the point where when you set off, I don't know, like a 3 chain or something like that, you deal enough damage for them to basically die. So
yeah, that's what I'm actually trying to do right now. I'm trying to execute a combo, but at the same time making sure that it's like one of those moments. And we are up to the final floor, but before we have the 3 final fights. And we have Minotaurus or Dracocentaurus to fight. And to be honest, both of these are top characters in my opinion. They are my favorite characters in the series. Especially Draco.
yeah. She is totally not your profile picture.
Totally not my, like... But yeah.
The nice thing too is that Draco is the very first fight of the original Puyo games. So
nice.
And yeah, and there goes Minotaur. Really cool. Oh, yeah. Because that was like so fast and so good. You don't have to fight your favorite character.
Oh yeah, that's kind of sad.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
All right, so now we fight one of the weirdest characters of the entire game, or the entire franchise. Oh boy! If you've played Puyo Puyo Tetris, you'll understand what I mean. God, dude.
Yeah, Puyo Puyo Tetris really did a really nice introduction to this character.
Are they turning their Puyos into like bees? Is that what I'm seeing here?
Yes, that's what you're saying.
Wow. Wow. Do we have a second for a donation? Because we just got a nice one.
Alright, sure. Go for it.
We have a $50 anonymous donation saying, only thing to say here is go fast and do your thing. So thank you for that generous donation.
Wow.
Thank you very much for that. Ooh, that's not good.
And we are almost done with the run too, so we have Rulu and then Satan, or as I like to call him, Dark Prince.
Yeah.
There's an obvious reason why that name got changed.
Yeah. Very obvious.
But Rulu is actually Arl's real rival, so this fight is designed to be
very tough.
The penultimate hardest, yeah. And
like,
Rulu is to Arl as Rafina is to Amity, so
yeah.
Parallelisms. Oh, she's dead. Cool. Alright, one more to go.
Yeah, after this level is done, time will basically be when I defeat this.
And unfortunately, we won't get to see Masked Satan because in order to access that fight, you have to achieve a score requirement and the run has to be deathless. But in hardest, it's very difficult to to basically trigger that fight.
I've actually done a few fights with Masked, and it's about as hard as you can believe it is. Also, that almost did it. Okay, there we go. Time.
All right, let's get some GGs out for Arcania for getting that clear.
GG.
This game is really difficult.
Yeah.
This game is really difficult, and it really do puts me at a high tension speed sometimes. Especially when you're having a really good run, it just goes super fast, and you're just like, you're just so focused that it's just everything else is a blur.
Yep. And that is our Puyo block.
Yeah, that's the Puyo block. Thanks, Peace, for the help with the commentary. I really appreciate it.
And thank you for commentating as well. I forgot to extend my thanks to you as well. How could I?
It's fine though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I also do want to give a quick little shout out to generally this Puyo speedrun community. It started almost 2 years ago, and it's been going strong. It's been a lot of things going on there, like small tournaments or stuff.
And other Puyo games being shown off, like 20th anniversary, Chronicle, like you name it. And there's always one person running that particular Puyo game. So if anyone is interested, you can find the Puyo Discord. I think it's on SRC, right?
Yeah, it's on speedrun.com.
Yeah, so if you want to be part of that and just stay up to date with what happens in the Puyo community, feel free to join the Discord. Again, there's always someone there who can, who knows their Puyo game really well. So.
Yeah, I also do speedrun other Puyo games like Puyo Puyo Sun, Puyo Fever, Puyo Pop Fever 2. Generally, name a game from the Puyo franchise and I will pretty much speedrun it at this point. But yeah, I really recommend learning this game. It's a really fun speed game. I also really recommend Puyo Puyo Tetris and Puyo Puyo Tetris 2 if you're into both Tetris and Puyo Puyo. That's also a good gateway into the Puyo Puyo franchise in general, if you haven't. And I know Tetris. But yeah, thanks everyone for having me. Thanks again to the Midwest Speedfest crew, as well as Shield Cancer Research Fund. Go and donate if you haven't. Really support them. And yeah, thanks again to Peace for helping me out.
Always a pleasure.